What an honor, and I certainly appreciate everybody coming out here to celebrate myself and the other Hall of Fame inductees. You know, it's this togetherness that I really feel is the greatest gift Hobart's given back to me, and football in general. It's brought me together with some of the most important people in my life. It's created traditions like our pack reunions, tailgates at the Boz, pool parties at Coach Craig's. It's produced friendships and marriages, a togetherness that's going to last a lifetime, and that's really what I'm most grateful for. I think for me, football really became a passion as a youngster. I got to be the water boy on the varsity football team over at Newark High and just loved everything about it. Being around the older guys, Friday nights, on the bus, in the locker rooms. I think the best thing was really we got our own jersey. I got to feel like a varsity player as a fourth, fifth grader, and I would wear that thing every day if I could. And I still got a close tie to the Newark program. This past season, Coach Mack, my high school coach, brought the team back for a Hobart game here and asked if I could come talk to the guys, and of course I said I'm happy to. Later that night, Mack shoots me a text message thanking me and how it was great for these young guys to see someone like myself so they could aspire to do great things in life. Well, he's texting me. I'm elbow deep in dishes. I got two girls fighting over a Barbie. Every TV in the house is on blast. And my wife, Deanne, I can hear her voice from somewhere going, when you're done with the dishes, you can get onto the garage you need to clean too, right? So I'm like, this sweet life, right? So I text Mac back and I tell him, you know, it was really my honor. It was a good feeling to have these young kids show an interest in me. You know, I felt like Josh Allen out there with these kids taking pictures. And, you know, his response back was, "You're our Josh Allen, buddy." And I said, you know, it made me smile, and thanks for keeping the Uncle Rico in me alive, Coach Mack. But that's what it comes to playing quarterback. It's a glorified position. You know, I'm no Josh Allen, but, you know, I played pretty good. Some may say great. And really the difference for me between good and great was the teammates and coaches that I had. You know, when your nickname's Donkey, you got to have a couple studs around to make you look a little bit better. So, you know, that name came about when I was in high school. We played and I had the wristband to call the plays on. It's very easy. Coach throws in a number, you read it off in the huddle, and that was it. Well, I come to Hobart now, and all of a sudden, they got to signal in the plays. And I'm like, whoa, holy smokes, right? So my freshman year, Swanee, he's a senior. He's a Hobart Hall of Famer, record-setting quarterback. He knew the offensive playbook inside and out. Coach calls flex right 23 Texas. He's going to be able to tell you where the X, Y, and Z line up, the blocking scheme, you know, where you're going to go. And you could really think like a Peyton Manning in the huddle, right? And then there was me. Don't ask me where you're going to line up. I think there's a post, a dig, and a drag happening, but I couldn't tell you who was going to run it. And God forbid they blitz, because I probably forgot to call out the mic, and the only audible I knew was 34, which was a safe bet because you ran behind Alex, and you could get at least a couple yards, right? Think more like Rocky Balboa in the huddle. So I couldn't get the signals down. We then had to switch to have the receivers bring in the plays. So guys like Colby would come into the huddle, read off this paragraph of a play, and I'm going, what? Just you call it. So he would call the play, and I think it was one of these moments when Swosey gripes in, "Geez, donkey brains." And that's where donkey stuck. So I want to thank Coach Craig, my man. I've been lucky to be around some really solid people in my life, some positive influences that I admire, respect, and love. And I like to say, you know, we all have our own Mount Rushmores in life. And brother, you've been keeping my parents company up there for a while. So I certainly appreciate. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. Yeah. He's the single greatest motivator I know, and if anybody who's been a part of his pregame speeches, they can attest to that. Thank you for giving me a chance to be a part of the Hobart football family, and for you and Holly making me feel at home with your family off the field. JJ, Tina, the Pat, Goldman, Mastro, Smitty, Jamie, Ashley, my sister-in-law, Leah, my mother and father-in-law, Andy and Nancy, who couldn't be here because they're home watching our little girls. You're my family and my best friends. Thanks for making me happy. Cheers to the memories we've made and those to come. Talking about Rocky, Mick once told Rocky, women weaken the legs. And you might say this is true in my case. Deanne and I met at the end of my sophomore year, which from the introduction. It was a record-setting year. Over the next 2 years, my touchdown passes and passing yards went down, my interceptions went up. And even with that, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, and you're the first Hall of Famer in our house. Being local, it was great because I always had a great cheering section. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins who are here tonight to help celebrate, they've been there for the entire ride. You supported us at games. You joined the after parties. You took in me and my boys for holidays. Thank you for being there, and I'm glad to have been able to share those great memories with you all. Danny, Mom and Dad, it's been a while. You've been through plenty of these sports banquets, but really soak this one up because I feel like it's the end of the road. Danny, drink up. Dad, get a second slice of cake. Enjoy yourselves. They're not going to do anything like this for winning the men's 35 and older softball championship in Fairport, okay? In so many ways, you supported me for now 38 years. I'm here today because you invested energy, time, and money to make it all possible. Thanks for always putting me first. And I want to say thank you to the SAA and the staff who made tonight possible. Thank you all for coming from all over to celebrate tonight. Congrats to the fellow inductees, and everyone enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.